Okay, anything exciting happening today? What an awesome time to be a part of Nebraska athletics, and just an exciting day, exciting weekend, exciting time for us in Nebraska women's basketball. We're pumped for this weekend, Saturday's night game and blackout game, and we will be there supporting Husker football, but really looking forward to Monday, which has become, just one of the best times of the year for us as a group. Is not just opening game for our season that we're incredibly excited to get started, but also just an awesome event that our life skills department has worked really hard to help us set up and organize. There'll be over 4,000 middle schoolers from across our state and over 80 schools represented at this year's pep rally, and I just couldn't be more excited. I just think it's one of the best events that we have available to the youth in our community, to be able to come out and hear from athletes, not just from women's basketball, but softball and soccer, volleyball, football, like all kinds of just incredible role models to be mentoring into these middle school aged students. They get to catch a Division I basketball game in one of the premier athletics facilities in the country. So, what's not to like? We hope every administrator out there will think, man, we need to get our kids there in the future, because it's just such an awesome event. Our kids look forward to it. We're really blessed to have that many students that will be screaming and loud in attendance at our first game, but kicking off what we feel like is a very promising season for our program.
Hey, Coach, Troy just talked about the infrastructure and setting up team for success. How has he done that for you at the women's basketball program?
Yeah, it just, there's so many intricacies that go into that, and I think a lot of people are talking about the revenue share model and the support that we're getting in that realm, and the way things have gone, but there's just so much more that goes into it. When I just spent a little bit of time talking about the life skills staff and all they've done, but the way that our academic support system and the way that the administration here will give of their time and self to support every one of our recruiting efforts, and everything that goes into planning for a women's basketball season. There's so many intricacies that it's really hard to kind of pinpoint all of the things that are going into the things that are helping us elevate the program.
Where are y'all at health-wise heading into Monday?
Well, we're really excited to be welcoming back in a couple of players that had to miss out of our last exhibition game with kind of some minor injuries, that we'll be glad to be welcoming, I think, 3 more pieces in for the next game that we did not have with us in the last one. So just very, very excited. Some key pieces going to be working back into things next week.
How do you feel preseason has gone?
Yeah, I feel really excited. I think this group's working really hard to work on just meshing and blending, our experienced players with some really new and exciting, talented incoming players, and they've just really, our returners, I think, have done a great job of mentoring and putting some of those new kids under their wings, and just really trying to talk about the expectations that we have here, or what we feel like it's going to take. But I think our new players, 4 transfers and 1 freshman, have just done an awesome job of being who they are and bringing their experience and what they bring to the table, and in toughness, in athleticism, in their experiences, and just really helping find ways to continue to grow things and elevate the program as well.
Who's the players that are back?
The 3 players that missed that should be rejoining practice would be Logan Nisley, Eliza Maupin, and Emily Fisher. So 2 of our new transfers, and then 1 pretty key returner. So.
What are you looking for the early part of the season? Anything specific you want the players or the team to focus on, stats-wise, things like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, we're trying to emphasize is to really be setting the tone on the defensive side of the ball, and whatever we can do to try to be aggressive in that area, to make things uncomfortable for teams. And so that's been a pretty big priority and emphasis for our team.
How about Natalie? What's her status in terms of where she's at?
Yeah, we're really excited. Natalie reached some good benchmarks last week, which are allowing us to progress her rehab to the next steps. And so, I just think she's just been working so hard, and I've just been so proud of the way she's been focused on that, but also just being diligent about making sure that we're taking care to prioritize her health first and foremost.
You're a couple days out. I mean, this has been a lot of beating up on each other. And what's the feeling like for you, for your group?
Yeah, well, the head coach always thinks, we could use a couple more weeks of beating up on each other, because we want to polish up every situation that we haven't worked on, or every, zone offense here or there. Just there's always something more to be putting into play. But I think that the players, without question, are ready. They're chomping at the bit. They're eager. They're just super excited to be able to tip it up. And the exhibition game, I thought it was just fun for us to be able to kind of get out there in front of fans for the first time and knock some rust off. But I think, they're ready for it to count.
They hit 19 threes in that exhibition. Do you think this is going to be a team that loves the three and just likes the rim, or do you want it to be the other way?
We love that everybody on our roster, we have confidence in to shoot the three. And I think we're going to be a team that's very capable of that, but we do not want to be a team that has to shoot the three well in order to win. And so, we want to be able to hang our hat on defense and rebounding and setting the tone. And if we hit 19 threes in every game, then that's bonus.
Who in that roster do you feel like can get downhill and draw a lot of fouls and get to the rim a lot? I mean, Britt, obviously, but who else?
Yeah, Haley Weaver is excellent. She's really quick off the first dribble. I think when Kennedy comes in to the game, she can get downhill a little bit. We have, Alana Neal is a freshman that's kind of something that she can really bring to the table for our team. I feel like, Britt does a great job of creating so much offense for us, and to have her versatility where she can be the one that's stroking it with 6 or 7 threes a game, but also be able to get downhill, that's such a dangerous combination. And so, I think there's several kids, including some of our forwards, and we really have confidence in, I feel like Amaya Hargrove has worked really hard on her ball handling and her explosiveness, and I think she can get downhill and create some offense for our team. And, it's an area where I think Natalie Potts, when she gets back into the fold, there's just a lot of different players that are gaining confidence with that ability and making good decisions off the dribble. Callan Hake is fully capable and very versatile in that realm. I mean, there's just a lot of them that are capable of that.
With your bigs, just how have you seen them step up, especially now that Alexis has moved on?
Yeah, I think that they recognize the sense of urgency. I think Jess Petrie has just a confidence with her that comes with, she played a lot of minutes last year and alongside Lex, but also kind of having to switch back and forth from the 4 and 5. And I think this summer we've seen her playing some of her most confident basketball. I think Petra Bojan is probably the most improved in the sense that she's welcoming contact, and I think that's something that we really needed from her, but mostly she's found her voice, and she's just been really aggressive. And Eliza is a player that has come in and just given us confidence that if we throw it up there somewhere, she's going to go catch it. She's just got an incredible leaping ability. She'll go out of her area to make plays. So I think those three kind of combined are all seeing minutes kind of maybe at that 5 spot for us, and they all bring something unique and different to the table, but all of them necessary to try to help us replace the production with graduation.
Based off what you've seen so far, what areas do the team need to work on, and what are you impressed with?
I feel like watching players like Petra kind of find her voice. That's an area that we've been really excited about is some of the vocal nature. Logan Nisley, Callan Hake almost every day at practice, after practice, and we're sitting on the circle and the girls are like, man, when I hear your voice behind me talking at a high level, it gives me so much confidence, that I can do more defensively. And, so I would say talking. And then where do we need to get better? Talking. So, it's just never going to be enough. And I feel like, this whole summer, one of our core values that we emphasized the most was communication. And we're doing pretty good there, and we need to keep doing better there. And so, I think that's going to be a point of emphasis for our team.